Hi there, welcome to Tech Center. This is Joshua and I'm going to introduce you how to make an analog clock in Python. Before we jump into the video, please subscribe and click the notification bell to receive future videos from my channel. If you haven't already watched my previous Python programming tutorial video about pip, I've put a link in the description box below so you can watch the video. Now I'm going to show you how to make an analog clock in Python programming language. Let's open Python from the Windows Programs list. Click Start, Python, and then ideally Python. Let's open a new file to start programming. File menu, New File. Let's close the shell. Let's maximize the Python programming window. Now I'm going to make it bigger so you can see better. Now, before we start programming the clock, let me show you the final product. Here you can see that the clock is fully functional. You can change the color of all this as well. You can change what the text says as well. Let's close this program. This program will consist of 5 sections. Section 1. Importing the modules. We will be using 2 modules, the time module and the turtle module. To use them, we have to import them first. To import them, type import turtle and import time. Section 2. Creating the screen. We will be creating the screen inside of a variable. I'm going to call my variable win. Win equals turtle dot screen. Open brackets, close brackets. Now let's add a background color. Personally, I would pick black, but you can choose any color you want. Type win, or whatever your variable was, dot bg color, open brackets, open quotation marks, the name of your color, close quotation marks, and close brackets. Now let's set its size. Win.setup, open brackets, width equals 600 and height equals 600 as well. And don't forget to put a comma in between, close brackets. Now let's give the screen a title. Type win, or whatever your variable was, dot title, open brackets, open quotation marks. I'm going to add a title of my own. Simple analog clock. Close quotation marks and close brackets. If you want another title, just replace everything inside the quotation marks. And finally, we are going to turn off the screen's updates. This is because later on we are going to refresh the screen. This will make the screen blink. So to stop that, type win, or whatever your variable was, dot tracer, open brackets, 0, close brackets. Let's move on to step 3, creating a pen. So I'm going to call my pen pen. Pen equals turtle dot capital T, turtle. Open brackets, close brackets. Let's hide the pen. Otherwise you will see an arrow or a turtle drawing the lines. Pen dot hide turtle, open brackets, close brackets. If you wanted, you could have swapped the hide title with HT. And now let's set the animation speed of the pen to the fastest, which is 0. Pen.speed, open brackets, 0, close brackets. And now let's set the pen size. Pen size, open brackets, 3, close brackets. Let's move on to step 4, creating a function to draw the clock. Define, instead of writing define, we write def. I'm going to call my function draw clock, draw underscore clock. Open brackets, close brackets. I put an underscore because you cannot put a space in between, otherwise Python will mistake it for two different functions. First of all, let's draw the clock face. Let's put the pen up so it doesn't draw anything on the screen. Pen up, open brackets, close brackets. And I'm going to make the pen go to the coordinates 0, 210. Pen.go.to, open brackets, 0, space, 210, close brackets. Let's make the pen face west. Pen.set heading, open brackets, 180, close brackets. Now let's set a colour for this pen. Pen.color, open brackets, open quotation marks, green, close quotation marks and close brackets. Now let's put the pen down and then draw the circle. Pen down, open brackets, close brackets. Instead of writing pen down, you could do PD, but I prefer pen down. Same with pen up. You could just write PU, but I prefer pen up. Let's draw the circle. Pen.circle, open brackets, 210, close brackets. Now let's draw the clock markings. I'm going to start off with the hour markings. Draw the clock markings for the hours. So let's take the pen up. Pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Let's make it go to the center. Pen.go.to, open brackets, 0, space, 0, close brackets. This space in the coordinates is not needed, so we can change that. Let's make it face north. Pen.set heading, open brackets, 90, close brackets. Enter, enter. Now I'm going to make a loop. For underscore in range 12, I selected the number 12 because there are 12 hours on an analog clock. 12 and then close brackets, colon, enter. Pen.forward, you can just type FD or forward. I prefer FD. Open brackets, 190. And now let's put the pen down. Pen down. Open brackets, close brackets. Pen dot forward, let's say a 20, close brackets. And now let's do pen up, open brackets, close brackets. And let's go back to 0, 0, pen dot go to open brackets 0, 0, close brackets. And now turn right 30 degrees. Pen dot right, or RT, I prefer RT, so I'm going to use RT. Same with left, you can write left or LT, I prefer LT. So here we need RT, right, and we need to go 30 degrees right, and close brackets. Now let's draw the little markings on the clock, the ones for the minutes and the seconds. Now let's do what we did before for the hours. Let's do pen dot pen up, open brackets, close brackets, pen dot go to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets, pen dot set heading, open brackets, 90, close brackets. Now let's do another for loop. For underscore in range 60, colon. I chose the number 60 because there are 60 markings on an analog clock. This command will run, and when this command runs, a smaller line will be printed on top of this longer line, which we did for the hours. But that doesn't matter, you won't notice them. Let's move 200 steps, pen dot FD, open brackets, 200, close brackets, and pen dot pen down, because we're going to draw it now. Now let's go forward 10, half the size of the other marking, pen dot FD, open brackets, 10, close brackets. Now let's do pen up, pen dot pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's go to 0, 0, pen dot go to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets. And finally, we have to rotate 6 degrees. Pen dot RT 6 degrees. We're turning right 6 degrees. If we want to turn left, then we write LT. But I'm going to go with right, because that's the one which we need. Now let's draw the numbers of the clock face. I'm going to start off with 1. I'm going to do pen dot pen up, open brackets, close bracket. And I'm going to go to the center, pen dot go to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets. I'm going to set the heading to 60. I'm going to face 60 degrees. Pen dot set heading, open brackets, 60, close brackets. I'm going to go forward 145 steps. Pen dot FD, open brackets, 145, close brackets. And now I'm going to face east. Pen dot set heading, open brackets, 0, close brackets. Now let's go 15 steps forward. Pen dot FD, open brackets, 15, close brackets. If you're wondering where I get these set heading numbers, it's the degrees of a circle. So 0 degrees is east, and it ends with, so it goes anti-clockwise, and it ends with 360 on the same point as 0. So instead of writing 360, we write 0. Now let's write the number. Pen.write, open brackets, 1, comma, space, move equals false, comma, align equals center. Make sure there's quotation marks around center, and that the F in false is capital, comma, space. I'm going to add the font. Font equals, open brackets, open quotation marks. I'm going to set the font to Arial, close quotation marks, comma, space. I'm going to set it to the size, something like 25, comma, space. Then I'm going to set it to normal, close quotation marks, and close brackets, and close brackets again. Now we have drawn number 1. Let's draw number 2. 2. So I'm going to go and do what I did before. Pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Pen.go.to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets. And I'm going to set the heading to 30 this time. Pen.set heading, open brackets, 30, close brackets. Then I'm going to go forward, pen.fd, something like 135, close brackets. Now let's set the heading to 0 again, pen.set heading, open brackets, 0, close brackets. I'm adding this set heading 0 in every single number because I want the writing to be horizontal. I don't want it to be like rotated. So I want to go forward 35 steps. Pen.fd, open brackets, 35, close brackets, enter. Okay, let's do the write command again. Pen.write, open brackets, 2, comma, space, move equals false, capital F for false, comma, space, align, make it center equals center, make sure center is spelled the American way, ER, comma, space. I'm going to set the font to the same as number 1, which is Arial, open brackets, open quotation marks, Arial, close quotation marks, comma, space, 25, comma, space, open quotation marks, normal, close quotation marks, and close brackets, and close brackets. Let's get rid of this square bracket. Let's move on to number 3. 3. Pen up, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's go back to 0, 0. Pen.go.to, open brackets, 0, 0, close brackets. I'm going to set the heading to 0. Pen.set heading, open brackets, 0, close brackets. I'm going to set the heading to 352. This is the accurate one. If you want the normal one, it's 0, but it's best to have the accurate 352. Now I'm going to go forward 150, pen.fd, open brackets, 150, close brackets. I'm going to set the heading to 0, pen.setHeading, open brackets 0, close brackets. I'm going to go forward 25 steps, pen.fd, open brackets 25, close brackets. Now let's write 3. Pen.write, open brackets 3, comma, space, move equals false, comma, space, align equals center, comma, space, font equals, open brackets, open quotation marks, Arial, close quotation marks, comma, space, 25, comma, open quotation marks, normal, close quotation marks, and close brackets again. Let's move on to number 4. Let's do what we did before. Pen up, open brackets, close brackets, pen.go.to, open brackets 0, 0, close brackets, pen.setHeading, open brackets something like 315, close brackets, pen.forward, open brackets something like 150, close brackets. I'm going to set the heading to 0 again, pen.setHeading, open brackets 0, close brackets, pen.fd. I'm going to move forward 45 steps, 45, close brackets, and now I'm going to use the write command again, pen.write, open brackets 4, comma, space, move equals false, comma, space, align equals, open quotation marks, center, close quotation marks, comma, space, font equals, open brackets, open quotation marks, Arial, close quotation marks, comma, space, 25, comma, space, open quotation marks, normal, close quotation marks, and close brackets again. Let's move on to number 5. To save time, I'm going to copy and paste the code above. And I'm going to paste. So this is fine so far. Let's change 315 to 290. Let's change 150 to something like 178, and this stays the normal. And pen.forward, how much? Something like 25. Now I'm going to change this to 5. Now let's move on to 6. Let's paste the code. 6 is different from all the other ones. We don't need this line. And we also don't need this line. So let's change this. So I'm going to change this heading to 270, and I'm going to set them forward to 190. Let's change this to 6. Let's move on to 7. Okay, 7 is as normal as all the other ones. It's not the same as 6. So we change 315 in the set heading to something like 258. And then we go forward 170 steps. And then let's go forward 48. Let's see if that works. And change this 4 to a 7. So let's move on to 8. Paste. Let's change the set heading from 315 to 228. Let's keep the pen dot forward 150 the same. And I'm going to move forward 50 steps. Let's change this 4 to 8 and let's keep going. 9. So let's paste it. I'm going to change 315 to 188. I'm going to change the pen dot forward to 135. Let's make it even bigger, 150. Let's change this to 25. And let's change this to 9. Okay. Let's move on to 10. Control V. So let's change 315 to 150. Let's change this 150 to 135. And let's set this 45 to 25. So now that we've changed all that, let's change this number as well to, what are we on? 10. Let's move on to 11. Let's paste this. I'm going to change this to 120. And I'm going to change this to something like 145. And I'm going to change this to 15. Let's change this number to 11 because we're working on 11. Let's go finish off with number 12. Ooh, and just remembered, we don't need these two lines, pen dot forward 150 and pen dot set heading 0. We don't need those lines. Okay, and let's change this 45 to 150. Change this 4 to a 12. Now we have completed the numbers. Now let's draw the hour hand and the minute hand and the second hand. Okay, let's start off by drawing the hour hand. Okay, so I'm going to do pen dot pen up, open brackets, close brackets. I'm going to go to the center of the screen, pen dot go to open brackets 0, 0, close brackets, and I'm going to change the color of the hour hand to red. Pen dot pen color, open brackets, open quotation marks, red, close quotation marks and close brackets. Let's make it face at 12 o'clock. We'll update its time later. Pen dot set heading, open brackets 90, close brackets. And now I'm going to set an angle. Angle equals, open brackets, hour divided by 12. I chose the number 12 because there are 12 hours. Close brackets, space, times, space, 360 degrees. I chose 360 degrees because there are 360 degrees in a clock. Because there are 360 degrees in a circle. So let's make it move right, pen.rt, open brackets, angle, close brackets. Now let's put the pen down, pen down, open brackets, close brackets, and let's make it 50 steps long, pen.fd, something like, 50. I'll keep 50. Now let's draw the minute hand. Let's copy and paste this. Okay. I'm going to change the colour from red to something like orange. I'm going to keep the set heading to 90. I'm going to change hour to minute. Just so you know, hour and minute are just variables. We're going to define them later. We're going to change 12 to 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour, and we're going to keep times 360 degrees the same, and all we're going to change now is going to be the length. I'm going to change it to 100. Okay, now let's draw the second hand. Let's paste it. I'm going to make it blue, and I'm going to keep it at set heading 90. Then I'm going to make it second. This is also a variable. We're going to define it later. And I'm going to change 12 to 60. This is because there are 60 seconds in a minute. And I'm going to keep times 360 the same. All we're going to change is length. I'm going to make it 150. And now, to finish off the step 4, I'm going to add some extra text details. So first of all, I'm going to say designed by at the bottom of the clock. So writing designed by ... whatever your name is, on the clock face. Before we get into this feature, I want to say something. Your name might be longer or shorter than mine. So if you have a longer name, you might want to move less steps than me, or you might want to move longer steps than me if you have a shorter name than me. So I'm going to write pen up so it doesn't draw on the screen. And now I'm going to make it go to 0, 0, dot go to 0, 0, pen dot, I'm going to make its pen color gold or something like that. I'm going to keep it gold, open brackets, open quotation marks, gold, close quotation marks and close brackets. Just to be clear, you can change the background colour, the gold colour which we gave now, and the colours for the hands. You don't need to keep it red, orange and blue for the hands. Okay, for me, I want these colours. I'm going to make it face 286 or 200. No, I'll make it 268. Pen dot set heading, open brackets, 268, close brackets. You might want to make this higher or lower based on the length of your name. Pen dot forward, open brackets. For me it's 125, you might want to change it to suit your name. Close brackets. Pen dot set heading. Now this is the angle you need to keep the same, 0. This is because you want to write it horizontally. I want to move forward 5. This might change based on the length of your name, open brackets, 5, close brackets. And now we can write it. Pen dot write, open brackets, open quotation marks, designed by, and your name, close quotation marks. And now comma, space, move equals false, comma, space, align equals center, make sure center is in quotation marks, make sure it's the American spelling, ER, then comma, space, font equals, open brackets, something like Arial, let's keep it consistent. Okay, Arial is spelled ARIAL, comma, space. Let's make this smaller than the numbers. So I'm going to make it a font size 12, comma, space, and I'm going to make it normal. Then I'm going to close brackets. Let's write our name inside the clock. This is going to go at the top. This also might change depending on the length of your name. Writing name on the clock face. Instead of writing all that again, let's just copy and paste. Copy. Paste. I'm going to change, actually I'm going to keep gold the same. And I'm going to change the heading to 88, and I might set the heading to 88. This might change depending on your name, and we can delete these two lines, pen dot set heading 0 and pen dot forward 5. Okay, pen dot forward 125 can be changed to something like 90. I'm going to change designed by Joshua to my name. I'm going to make it all capitals just as a change. I'm also going to change the font size to something in between 12 and the other font, something like 15. Now we can move on to step 5, which is doing the main loop. The main loop is where we actually run the command. Step 4 was only creating the function, now we need to call it. But before that, we need to create the variables h, m and s. As I said before, we need to make them the times. They're just variables. So, it's the main loop. So the loop is going to be a while loop. It's going to say while everything outside the loop is true, make sure that T for true is capital, colon. Because everything else will stay true, this is a forever loop, so it will keep open forever. and let's keep the window open. To do that, type win.main loop, open brackets, close brackets. Now let's leave line. Now let's do the times. H equals, I'm getting the H from here. H equals integer. Instead of writing integer, we type int. This is because we're making something else an integer. We're making the time an integer. And we're using the time module, time dot string for time, string, instead of writing string, we write str, format, instead of writing format, we type f, time, string, format, time. Okay, open brackets, open quotation marks. Now this part is important. Percent capital I. Make sure it's a capital I and it is a percent sign before that. Now and then close quotation marks and close brackets. Now let's move on to minutes. M equals int, open brackets, time dot string format time, open brackets, open quotation marks, percent %m, close quotation marks and close brackets. And don't forget to put another close brackets after each command, like I forgot to. Doesn't matter. S equals int, open brackets, time dot string format time, open brackets, open quotation marks, percent %s, make sure the S and the M above are capital, open quotation marks, close quotation marks, close brackets and close brackets again. Now the time is being updated. Let's call the function draw clock, open brackets, close brackets. Now this function is taking the hour, minute, second and it's drawing everything with the pen. Let's do that down here. H, M, S, pen. Let's run this program. File menu, save, run module. What's that? Let's see what that was. What was different here? It's probably... No, what's that problem? I think it's something here. Oh no, we forgot the second bracket. Okay, now let's run this program. File menu, save, run module. What's the problem? Oh yeah, a second bracket for this one as well. File menu, save, run module. Here you can see that it is working perfectly, except that the numbers are in the wrong place and the number and the second hand is showing all the other past movements. To erase all those past movements, we need to type another command. And that command is to update the screen. win.update, open brackets, close brackets, and we need to do time.sleep, and I'm going to make it 1 second. It gets 1 second delay. This will make it run faster and smoother. Pen.clear. This is actually what erases this stuff. Now, let's run this program. File menu, save, run module. Here you can see that the clock is working fine, except that the numbers have gone wrong, somewhere around 10 past 11, and it's still pointing at 11. This is because it cannot be fixed in this version of Python. Maybe in the future it could be. Let's close the screen. And let's close the Python programming shell. Now, let's fix those numbers. Okay, it was 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. What went wrong was that we, instead of writing set heading 0, we were meant to write 180. So let's change that to 180. 7, 8, oh, where's 2? 7, 8, 9. Okay, set heading 0, set heading 180. Okay, 180 again. 180. And that's all you need to do. Okay, let's run this program. File menu, save, run module. Here you can see a fully functional clock. Let's close the screen and let's close the shell. Let's close the Python programming window. In my future videos, I'll be posting more tutorials to make programs like clocks and games. I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you like this video, please smash that like button and show it to your friends and family. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please click that red subscribe button below. If you have any questions or comments about this video, or if you'd like to get links to all of my previous videos, please contact me via email at 4techcenter@gmail.com. I've put a link in the description box below. See you in the next video!